New music this week. Hey, welcome everybody. There's TaleSpire. Took it a second to show up. We're back. It's Saturday. We're here as prophesized. Or prophesied. Never mind. Anyway, is it prophesied or prophesized? I don't know. Anyway, we are back. It's Saturday. We're doing TaleSpire things. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the States, so it's a holiday. So that is to say I have plans today. So it is a short stream. We're only going to be going for a couple hours. So let's get to it, shall we? That's why we're a little early too. We've been starting our streams at 1 my time. We're an hour earlier. So just to have time to do things. Coming fresh off a game of Blades in the Dark, which I'm surprised that my character is still alive. Actually, no, I shouldn't be. He's been through worse by this point. It's just our situation isn't great, and we managed to kind of get out of the situation. And that was with some very lucky rolling, some of which was on my part that I'm very happy to have contributed. Some very lucky rolling. Whew. So yeah, we're back in here. I think we're just doing trees and stuff. That's right. It's tree week. It's tree week, folks. Kind of like Shark Week. We're gonna do lots of happy trees. So I actually need to change the view on my little map here. There we go. And take a look at the entryway. So it looks like there's a bunch of trees, like a huge amount of trees in this corner. You can see, I don't know if I can, if I grab this, like here, I don't know if you can see my cursor right about here. There's a bunch of trees, like a huge amount. So we're gonna just fill this space with trees. It's I think it's multi-tier too. Yeah, because it goes up on this tier as well, a little bit. So it's gonna be, yeah, this area here is just gonna be littered. There's my light. Littered with trees, kind of in an arc, going like this, and then a couple stragglers over here, and maybe one straggler over here. So let's start treeing, shall we? Shot into it. And I have the tree assets already in my quick bar, which is awesome. I'm just gonna put down a couple little put one little straggler here because I can see on the map that is accurate. I'll put in. Are there any doorways over here? I don't think there are, right? No. So we're okay. We can kind of place with abandon. We got one kind of over here. We got another couple or one over here. And then now we will move on to, let's do terrain first. Actually, let's turn off my light first. And turn on my grid and turn on my flashlight, my actual flashlight. Okay. So, we do want, I think, the dip in the terrain is going to be a kind of a cross section of two areas. The thick of the woods, the forest, little copse of trees. So kind of in this area and set in from the edge. So kind of like in here, we can move tiles to create some topography. I think we can go basic Tetris shapes for this. Let's do that, and maybe one of them is deeper than the others, and I just gotta kind of, oops, actually copy, and then yeah, I just gotta fill in the gap beneath, because that's not down far enough. Down, down, down to about there. No? Do I have clipping on? Whoa, that's not clipping. Oh, there we go. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what is this? This is new. Uh-oh. Did I hit something I shouldn't have? I may have. Oh, I'm out of build mode. That's a problem. All right, there we go. Now we're better. All right, so and I think that's right. It's hard to see. Why is this being so finicky? Hold on. Hold on. Whoop, whoop. All right, I can see that. Yeah. We're good. We're good. Just gotta do it on this side now. Pray for my soul. Wait, right about there. Hey, there. That's right. That's good. Okay, we're good. We're all right. Everything's fine. Temp water. I can't wait to see what the perm water's gonna be. There, there, there. Okay. Let's get out of build mode. Take a look and see how the water. Move my little thing down there. Looks good. Looks good. I do. Oh yeah. You know what? Looking here, I do have to go through. This is like after everything's done. I have to go through and do chimneys. Oh man. Because there are a number of these caves that have fireplaces in them. So I have to go in and make chimneys. That's going to be fun. Okay. Okay. Not a problem. We can do that. We're not going to do it right now, but we're going to do it at some point. All right, cool. So there's the little water feature for these little clumps of trees. So let's maneuver. It is shift. Shift is the button that I always use for clipping, and I don't know what the heck it's doing. Make sure the trees are not floating. They're not. They're fine. So a couple there, a couple here, and I mean we can just kind of fill this area without any concern for figures being able to move through it. That's not important. In fact, they should almost not be able to, because it's a very dense. I mean, given from the map, it's a very dense cluster of trees. And I guess yeah, it stretches all the way. Let's just do the bounds of this, huh? Let's do the bounds. So it's gonna cut across, kind of like so, and maybe there are a couple trees down here. Just a couple. And the rest. It doesn't go all the way to the edge, but it's close. Hold on. There we go. Copy that boy. Those floating? No. Good. Okay. And it's gonna kind of come out like that. And we just fill in the. I'm gonna clean this up too. Those are too much of a line, like just a straight up line there. And I'm gonna adjust that. Let's get rid of a couple of these and rearrange things. Okay. There, I'm gonna put some down in the water. because, of course, why not? Okay, and then a couple up here on this lift, this next tier. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. Maybe a couple more up here. And a couple more up here on this tier. Ah, dang it. Oh, you know what? The easiest way. There we go. And then that. And now we're good. There. And there. Alright. Lots of trees. There's going to be lots of trees over here. And they're all going to be very, very close together. So now, I guess we can do sections of the trunk. Plural. Trunks. And I guess these up here can be a little higher. I don't want to make them too much higher. Like maybe a couple of these up here are going to be higher than the tier below. But I think in the sense we want the canopy to look gradual. Like it gradually climbs up to this level, right? So the ones closer to the edge maybe don't have an extra section. This one in the middle has one extra section, and the ones over on this side have the two extra sections, so they're taller than the rest. Works for me. Gonna have to actually do that and do that, and whoa, yeah, a couple of these are actually floaty. No floaty, please. Because I messed with the grid. And scooch there. Scooch there. And scooch there. Okay. Oops. Floaty. And down. And down. Cool. Alright. Alright, so the sections for those are done. Let's move on to these. How has everybody been doing? Trying to think if I saw anything interesting. In the interim. I saw... What did we watch? Oh! We've been watching the wife and I watch Marvelous Miss Maisel, because it's a good show. I enjoy it. And that ended this week. The final episode, not just the end of the season, the end of the series. And I'm not going to spoil anything for those out there who do watch it and have not yet seen the end. I thought they handled it very well. Yeah, it kind of got where I thought it was going. They did it in a way that felt organic. Sorry, I gotta fix something. They did it in a way that felt organic to me. And it kind of felt like the natural it progressed how they had been, pointing it. There weren't any real oh gosh. I guess there was, but then it kind of yeah. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to be very careful. So that's all I'll say. But I thought it was very well done. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that show. That's a good show. But we watched I watched that. What else did we watch this week? Man, I don't even know. We did a lot of cleaning this week, a lot of rearranging things. We're trying to declutter this borderline hoarder situation going on. It's not that bad, but it feels like it at times, because we have boxes of stuff because we had to take them off our bookshelves because we're swapping out bookshelves. So we have boxes everywhere, full of books, full of DVDs, stuff like that. So we're just rearranging our storage situation and trying to get that all sorted in a way that looks nice, instead of just, yeah, I guess that works, which is what we've been operating under up to this point. And making more room, because we have a tiny apartment, and floor space is a premium, and it is hard to get sometimes, especially in this room that I'm in. It's packed, and I got a new desk over here with a cabinet on it that now I can put my stuff in, like all the stuff that I want to get up off my desks, because I have a desk here in front of me, and I have a desk off to my left that is technically my work desk, because that's where my work computer is, and and all that. But my work computer is a laptop, so it takes up very little space. But yeah, that's what we've been doing. And yesterday was the day before yesterday evening was the day of putting together my new desk and my new cabinet. And yesterday evening was swapping them out and cleaning, because I had to move what I had over here before was basically a restaurant table, a nice restaurant table, like solid wood, that I had, was using as my work desk. But like there was a huge CRT television tucked under it. So I had no legroom under it. It was that, and just like it was all the way to the corner, so I couldn't really do anything with that corner, except I had like a filing cabinet on the table near there. So I don't know, it was a mess, but we have it a little bit more organized. I have things definitely off this desk now, so I have more table space here, which is nice. And I have about the same amount of desk space on the work desk. My issue on that one was I had a lot of cords just all over the place, because I have like charge cords for various stuff that I use for like in-person gaming. I've got a number of like cords for setting that up, for like my extra monitor, for my projector, for the power supply for the projector, all that stuff. And the laptop itself is actually involved in that as well. So it's all this stuff that I have kind of out all the time, because I need it kind of all the time. Anytime I run in person my home game, I have to get all that out for the projector and all that. So with the cabinet now, I have a place to put it where it's kind of out of the way and off the desk. Basically, it's tucked into the cabinet, right? It's not taking up, square inchage on the on the desk. So that's nice. And a lot of as I said, a lot of the stuff that was on this desk I have up in the cabinet, because it was just, figurines and stuff, or display things that I liked that look nice. And I was like, all right, well, I don't need them right here up in my stuff. Just put them in the cabinet out of the way. So that's cool, and I got a little more room over here on my little side table where my PC is, and yeah, it's nice. It's getting things uncluttered, and I got to move all of my Mystery Science Theater 3000 DVDs, of which I have most. I think there's maybe one that I don't have. But I got to put those up on top of the cabinet, because it has a little thing on the top where it has sides and storage. You just set things up there. And my wife was nice enough to make a riser, so I could put two tiers of the DVDs up there, which it did require. There's a whole lot of DVDs. I'm only missing one. I'm missing a couple of the single because they had like single DVD releases of some episodes. I think it's, what was it? Hellcats? I don't have Hellcats. I do have it, but not the single release. I have it as part of a bundle DVD release of that. But anyway, the one I'm missing is the one where they had Godzilla, the Godzilla episode, one of the Godzilla episodes that made it to DVD before they realized, oh, we don't actually have the rights to do that, and they had to discontinue it and re-release that volume with the giant Gila monster instead. That episode. So that was fun. Yeah, if I would love to find the DVD that has the Godzilla on it, that'd be awesome. But I think right now it's around, I think I found it for like $200. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that on that. I have the episode on file, so I can watch it anytime I want. That's not the issue. It's just for the collection, and it's complete. The collection is complete. I have every volume released either through Shout Factory or Rhino Home Video. Those were the ones that did it before. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much and not doing trees. Rhino Home Video was the one that did it before Shout Factory took over. And I'm going off on a huge tangent about Mystery Science Theater, but that's fine, because I love it. I love it so. But yeah, and I think the one that had the Godzilla episode on it, that was back when it was still on Rhino Home Video. Pretty sure. Yes. And once Shout Factory took over, the quality improved, I will say, on the DVDs and stuff. So that was nice. And they actually also came with little mini movie posters for each episode that was on in the box set, and those are cool, and those I want to actually find a way to frame somehow. It would have to be a big frame with a lot of little compartments for each of them, because I think they're like probably 5.5 by 8.5, letter half each one of them, probably. I don't know. But yeah, that was a big thing to be able to put that actually on a display, because before I had them, maybe when I had my screen up, they were like right at the top of the bookcase behind me. And you can't really see them because my screen blocks the titles and everything. But now they're up there, you can actually kind of see it. You can see the front anyway. I gotta kind of switch them around so you can see so that the earlier volumes are on the front and the later volumes are in the back. But I digress. Treeing. We're doing trees. Let's talk more tree. So yeah, as far as watching things, which is the tangent I got on, I guess. Watching things, I'm trying to think if we saw anything else over the week. Oh, we watched the Disney series American Born Chinese. I think that's the title. Not a great title, because it doesn't really tell you what it's about. I mean, it is about that, but that's really, really a broad description of the show. It's like, yes, but you're bearing the lead here. There's a lot more going on. That was good. I liked it. Aside from the title, I thought it was very good. Ki Hui Kwan is in it. Michelle Yeoh is in it. I forget her name, and she was also in Miss Maisel. I'm looking it up right now because I feel bad. And she was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll look it up under that. Oops. Oop. Okay. Everything Everywhere All at Once. IMDb. There it is. The cast. Top cast. Stephanie Sue. That's who it is. Stephanie Sue. She's also in it. And James Hong is in it. He played Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China. That must have been his last movie. Or his last thing he did before he passed away. But yeah. So it's a lot of the cast, 4 of the cast from Everything Everywhere All at Once is in it, but not big roles either. They're smaller roles. The main focus is on the kid, Jin, which is very well done. And we were watching it, me and my wife, and we were just like, that's interesting. And we started watching the credits. And I noticed it, my wife did, and she was on her phone. I was like, holy shit, Din Tai, someone we know, Din Tai directed one of the episodes. That's awesome. When we went out to LA in college, we hung out with Din Tai because my wife knew him through, I guess, IRC or one of the chat things. But yeah, so that was very interesting. We haven't heard from him in a while, but he's doing very well. He directed an episode of American Born Chinese, so that was really cool. And it's very well done. There's, like I said, there's a lot going on. The title of the series is it buries the lead, I'll say. But I thought it was very well done, very neat, very cool. So yeah, we watched that. I don't think there's much else we've been watching really. I've been making my way through, or trying to make my way through more of the Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo stuff. Haven't had a whole lot of opportunity or time for that. Like usually when I work, I put something on in the background, and more often than not, it's Game Grumps, honestly. It's just I have it on in the background. I was like, yeah. And I mean, it's stuff I've seen before, and like, the stuff they post each day. I watch that and then go back to the series that I've watched before. And yeah, usually, it's one of like the top. It's either a Sonic series they've done or a Zelda series they've done or Mario. Those are the three big ones that I kind of cycle through for Game Grumps, gameplay series. But the big ones, the ones that I really love, are the Kirby's Dream Course, which became Grump's Dream Course once a fan did the what do you call it? The hack of Kirby's Dream Course and made it Game Grumps Dream Course. That was awesome, and I love those episodes. It's just so good. So that series is one of my favorite, and I watch that one every so often. I watch it again. Like if it gets to the point where it's like, I haven't seen that in a while, let's go ahead and watch it again. That one I'll watch. Another one I'll watch kind of regularly, semi-regularly, on a cycle, I guess is the correct term, is the Zelda, the Philips CDI Legend of Zelda games, which is the Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil. I love those episodes. Those are hilarious. Those games are so bad. They're so bad, but it's so much fun to watch them just struggle and play through them. Oh, and the other one that I love, and is a very, very long series, but I enjoy it, is this a Mario Maker. Just any Mario Maker episodes they've done. And I was talking to my friend about this earlier, a little while ago. The episodes of Mario Maker that they do later, after, I think it's during lockdown, they're doing Mario, or is it just before lockdown? It might have been just before lockdown, before quarantine. There are episodes where they're starting to do Ross's world, like the Mario world that Ross made. When they start doing that, those are some of the best episodes of Game Grumps, period. In my opinion, there's some gold in those. So a lot of people go with Battle Kid being like the quintessential, Game Grumps episode. It used to be whatever the Nancy Drew one that they got real popular for. They got fired and I missed. Fired again. That thing. That one's funny, and that's a funny clip. But the gameplay, like the rest of the episode, is kind of like, okay. I mean, of that one, the Nancy Drew one. That one's like, yeah, the rest of the episode's funny, but it's nothing extraordinary as, compared to that clip. That clip, it makes that makes that whole series, that Nancy Drew playthrough. There's just great bits one after another in the Mario Maker episodes once they start making Ross's levels, just over and over. That one, and like I said, any other like Zelda stuff, like I like anytime they play a Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds or Ocarina or Majora's Mask, anything like that. They're all great. The one I don't watch as often is Skyward Sword, because Aaron absolutely hates that game, and it just gets kind of like, okay, we know you hate the game, Aaron. Calm down. He does gripe about it a lot. But actually, on that note of Zelda and stuff like that, I've uploaded some levels for my Link's Adventure Mario Maker 2 levels. I've uploaded, oh my gosh, 2 levels since I last streamed, or maybe since I last talked about it, maybe 3, because I know I showed the playthrough of Ocean Palace, which I was working on. That's done and uploaded. Then I did World 1-1, because I'm doing worlds for this. 6 whole worlds, 1 for each palace. It's gonna be fun. World 1-1 is almost done. World 1, I should say, is almost done. World 1-1 is done. That's the second one I've uploaded. And then I did World 1-2. Actually, no, I did Ocean Palace. I did 1-1. I did 1-3. And then I did 1-2. I went back and did 1-2 because I realized I skipped it. And I made it a bonus level on World 1. Because it's not really in the canon of Link's Adventure. I did a Mount Nadra level for Mario Maker, which is I find fun, but I know is very annoying because people don't like the claws. And it's very, 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 very claw-centric. It's a very claw-centric level. Only one person's beat it so far. I mean, I haven't checked it today, but yeah, only as of this recording, as far as I know, only one person's beaten it. And it's had something like 40-ish attempts. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's why I made it a bonus level. I'm trying to make the levels, the actual world levels, easier than the palaces. The palaces are pretty tough. And I realized that. When I made them. Because a part of this whole thing is every level is going to have the clear condition that you have to finish as Link. So that means I can't put checkpoints in. So none of these levels have checkpoints. So you got to bring your A game. I'm trying, and also the incidental levels, the levels in between the palaces, are going to be much shorter, so it's not going to feel like, oh, I gotta go all the way back. It'll just be like, oh, okay, I gotta go back and do this again. Yeah, and I'm trying not to make them too much of a slog, is the thing. But the palaces, those are the real tests, because those are long. I mean, those, like, compared to, like, when I was doing the levels for the palaces, I was coming close pretty much every time to using up every asset I could, like, that they would let you, because there's a limit of how many things you can put on each level, and each half of each level, because you get the level in halves basically. But I was at the upper limit pretty much for every palace, and Ocean Palace I was at the limit. I was literally, for both sides, actually maybe just for the one side, but I was at the limit of the assets I could place. So yeah, it's just, I'm being mindful of that. Like, the palaces, yes, they should feel big, they should feel like they're difficult, they should feel like, boss levels, which they are. And like, they are the gatekeepers to the next world, right? You have to beat it to get to the next world, and it should feel like that. It should feel like, okay, I gotta beat this. That kind of thing. But they should also be fun, and I tried to make them fun, and I mean, it was a lot of, I had to make them fun. I had to keep that in mind, that at the time I wasn't really thinking of it. I was making sure they were fun, but I was also making sure that they looked somewhat similar to the original. That's the important thing with the palaces. The other levels, not so much. The other levels, the in-between levels, I'm not really concerning myself with that so much. I'm trying to keep the same flavor. I'm going to put in some elements that are similar to some of the incidental, like random encounters that you come across, you know, when walking in the wider world. Because those are the only times you get attacked. Is there are the palaces that you go to fight, in. There are the caves you have to go through. And then there are the random encounters in Link's Adventure. So I've kind of done a cave level. I've kind of done a combination cave level, forest level. That was World 1-1 that I made. And I can do different iterations on it. I think I'm fine with that. I just don't want to make them all feel too samey, you know? Because I got to do 5. Is it 5 or is it 4? I think it's 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. And then the palace. Yeah. So I got to do 4 incidental levels for each world. And then the palace. Before I was going to do 2 palaces per world and only 3 incidental levels. But I feel like each palace should be on its own world. I mean, come on. Let's do this right. If we're going to do this, let's do this right. So I'm working on World 1-4 for Link's Adventure, which is the last world that I need to do for stage I need to do for World 1. And I'm coming across the problem that when I was making the bonus one for Mount Nadra, even when I was doing the World 1-3, they felt very. I mean, I guess I hit the same speed bump. It just didn't feel. It didn't feel like part of the world. It felt like. It started feeling like, is this actually fun or is this just muscle memory? Right? And if it's muscle memory, then it's not going to be fun for anyone else, because they're just going to keep trying until they, figure out, oh, I have to do it like this. And that's not fun. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, it's got to feel fun no matter what. Right? No matter how they figure out how to clear it, it's got to feel fun. So I'm being extra cognizant of that. And when I first was making the level, I ran into is this actually fun? I mean, sure, if they do it this way, it's fun, but if they do it any other way, is it just annoying? And I'm still kind of in that headspace, so I don't know. I guess I'll upload it and see how well it does on its own. If people play it, like it. I mean, I don't get many plays or likes on my stuff, but if it seems like people who play it are having fun, then maybe it's okay. Sorry, my cat is zooming. You can probably hear that. But yeah, so that's my concern. And I run into that all the time with running D&D. It's like, if I put this in front of them, how are they going to solve it? Are they going to solve it the way that the book suggests? Will that even occur to them? Should I put in a different failsafe for a different option for them to? But really, ultimately, at least for D&D, you just basically just let the players figure it out. They can surprise you. They can surprise you with solutions that you never considered, and you just kind of have to be like, all right, yeah, how does this affect the game? Fair enough. Let's see how it affects the game. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been playing more Tears of the Kingdom. I'm definitely dying more in Tears of the Kingdom than I ever did in Breath of the Wild. Even when I first started playing, I mean, I'm dying way more And man, that feels bad, but it's still fun. And I got over the whole the whole issue that I had where I hitched up a wagon, loaded it full of parts, and carted it across the map to Kakariko Village, only to go in a building and have my wagon disappear and everything in it. My horse was still there, but everything was gone, and I was very angry. And I put the game down for a few hours and pouted, and then I was like, all right, fine, try this again. I guess I can't do that. Yeah, that was annoying, and I don't know if they're gonna patch that, or if that's just how it is. I imagine that's just how it is, because if you're able to keep your constructions, like the weird things you build in Tears of the Kingdom, I imagine you can break the game pretty easy. Like, I know there's things built in where the gliders, anyway, maybe it's just the gliders, or maybe it's other things too. So far I've encountered the gliders have a limited time that they are actually, once you activate them, they kind of go on a clock, and they only have a limited amount of time that they can actually function until they like disappear. And that's just the gliders, I've noticed. Everything else, except the batteries are on a timer. Rockets are also one-time use, I think. But of the things I've encountered so far, I think those are all that are actually have a limit to their use. Because fans, you can put them on something and have it run, and then once you're done with it, you take the fan off of it and put it on something else. It's fine. The big wheels have the same thing. The stabilizers, I think, are the same way. So yeah, it's interesting. It's just a matter of figuring out the quirks with this game. It seems like Breath of the Wild felt big, right? Because there's all these ingredients that you can cook to make potions and food, and you can get different effects, not stacking effects, and that still holds true in Tears of the Kingdom. Anything you make will only give you one benefit, and if you try to do more than that, then you make normal food that just gives you hearts back, or dubious food, which just gives you hearts back. So with this introduction of and of course the Sheikah Slate abilities made it feel like, oh, there's different, I can approach this different ways depending on what tool I use. And that is in Tears of the Kingdom and then some, because of the mechanic within the tools given you, the mechanics within the tools given you, the fuse mechanic and the ultra hand mechanic. Those really just create a multitude of possibilities each, right? And that's just extrapolated by the number of materials available to you and the materials that you discover. Because one of the other things in Breath of the Wild, the fragility of your weapons, that's actually doubled down in Tears of the Kingdom. The weapons are even more fragile. They don't last as long at all. So you have to use fuse to make weapons better. And that's sort of, so they kind of force your hand a little bit, but to your benefit, because as you're killing stuff, they're dropping just random things, like bokoblins, right? Just your basic bokoblins. They have horns now, and they drop, the horns. If you take the horn and fuse it to a stick, now you have a weapon that actually does some damage, and I believe is a little sturdier. And as you kill more powerful bokoblins and stuff, you get better horns and stuff that add to the attack power of the weapons you fuse it to, and I believe add to the stability. There's a mini boss up on the floating city. I forget its name, but it's this cube thing that actually looks like it's got sentinel. Looks like a watchtower. It's kind of got its beam and it's looking around. It's very near one of the little gachapon dispenser things for Zonai parts, on the south end of the flying structure. Anyway, that thing you can fight repeatedly. It every blood moon it comes back. So, and it drops a bunch of Zonai parts and charges, and it also drops a like a spiked roller thing that you can attach to a stick or any other weapon to make it a good, you know, bludgeoning weapon. And I've gone back up and fought it a couple times now just to get more parts and more charges and get that thing again to attach it to something, because it increases the attack power, and I've noticed it does definitely increase the strength of the weapon, the durability. That's the word, the durability of the weapon. So yeah, I've gone up and fought him a couple times just because I'm like, I'm gonna give it some get that thing again. That thing's awesome. So yeah, and yeah, all you gotta do is jump and shoot him with bomb arrows, and you're done. You got him. Shoot him like 2 or 3 times with bomb arrows, and he's done. So you just jump from a height, paraglide down, and then, you know, slow-mo bullet time, shoot him 3 times in the main cube with bombs, and Bob's your uncle. You got some cool new stuff. And you've wasted a couple arrows and some bombs. Bombs, by the way, if you're looking for bomb flowers, go into the depths. Take the plunge. Go into the depths. Be very careful, but go into the depths because they grow in abundance down there. And I'm sure people have figured that out already, but for those of you who haven't, there you go. But yes, there's a bunch of bombs in the depths, but be careful because there are also some pretty nasty things down there. All right, how's this looking from the top? We still got a little ways to go, and we are not quite yet time at our break, but we'll just keep plugging along here. So yeah, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Maker. That's about it. I haven't been playing games on my PC as much recently, so I haven't been playing as much Elden Ring or the other one, my other go-to, Power Wash Simulator. And they've released some new content for Power Wash Simulator, some of which I played. I watched Lara Croft's mansion, because that's a thing you can do now. You can clean the outside of Lara Croft's mansion, and her obstacle course from Tomb Raider 2. So both of those, I think I'm in the process of cleaning the obstacle course still. I haven't finished that one, but yeah. It's a very, very chill game, Power Wash Simulator. If I ever have to do a stream with a guest, I think we'll probably... Actually, you know what? No. If I ever do a stream with a guest, that guest had better have TaleSpire, because we're both going to be building in TaleSpire. I'm just using the single treetops here, because I don't want it to get too cluttered in this secondary tier canopy, especially because some of these trees are very close together. And there's not a whole lot of space. For this one, I'll use the 2, but I gotta scooch it up. There we go. A little bit that way. There we go. Boom. All right. We use a 3 top over here. And I mentioned I saw the D&D movie, right? Pretty sure I mentioned it. Yeah. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we're gonna just keep using singles. It's the cleanest way to do this. Oh, I guess music. It's always got some new music rolling around. I ordered there was one album that I got recently On Bandcamp, of course, because that's where I get all my music. It's basically where I get all my music. If it's not on Bandcamp, I haven't heard of it. I don't know how helpful that is for my musical tastes, but you know, whatever. They seem to have what I crave, so it's the only place I can really find the style and the artists that I like. I'm sure Spotify might. Man, this is not. I lost the stump. Where's the stump? I'm sure Spotify might, but I don't use Spotify as much. I recently just fixed my Spotify account because apparently it had a login issue, but yeah, I didn't care enough to fix it previously, but I needed it for something else, and I was like, fine. I just don't get Spotify. I mean, I sure listen to the music, you know, you want to listen to, the artists you want to listen to, but I'm not big on many popular artists nowadays. Like, I don't listen to it. Like, most of what I listen to is, you know, vaporwave, of course, and stuff from, you know, that I grew up listening to. So yeah. if it's the latter, then yeah, sure, I'm sure I can find it on Spotify. So like, if I wanted to listen to Stone Temple Pilots, sure, as an example. And I also got their first two albums on vinyl. So you know what, I really don't need Spotify for that, because I can just listen to them on vinyl if I really want to, if I have access to my record player. If I'm out and about, then, you know, sure. But yeah, Spotify for me has never really been a go-to kind of thing. I used Amazon Music for a while, but I kind of moved off of that. Since I don't purchase anything through that anymore, I'm just like, what's the point? I'm not gonna pay for music I don't listen to. Bandcamp is free, you know, as long as you know, unless you buy stuff, then, you know, you're just paying to, you know, purchase, usually just the, you know, MP3 or whatever, and that's usually $1 to $5 or, you know, free. They usually do name your price, and price can be $0, you know, that happens a lot, and that's very helpful. And usually I give $1 to $5. Even if the price is allowed to be $0. I'm like, you went to the effort, you made this, I'm going to give you some money. You know? But, actually, let me change that to a two-top. But, yeah, that's sort of, yeah, Bandcamp's just kind of become my music app. It's like where I get all my music. For better, for good or ill. Oh, excuse me. For good or ill, that is where I get my music. I'm gonna make these over here a little bit taller, just a little bit taller, because they're gonna need to slowly reach the height. Okay. Don't know why that one's set there, but sure. That works too. So yeah, that's better. And this is not where I thought it was. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, yes, the album I bought on Bandcamp. It's by, I gotta look it up because it's not an artist I got. It's not an artist I'm overly familiar with. I don't have a whole lot of their stuff. Let's see. It is Golden Living Room. That's the artist, and the album is Welcome Home. And of course, in editing, for YouTube, I'm gonna put the album cover up here. It is, at first I didn't care for it. I mean, it was okay. It was very, I don't know. I must have been I'm just coming off of Forbidden Fruit by Monodrone, I'll put that thing up there too. So I was in a very different headspace because I was, you know, still rolling on the lo-fi hip hop kind of thing. And this one, I was just like, okay, it's fine. I listened to it all the way through, and I was like, it was kind of boring, but it was, you know, chill. And then I listened to it again because it was on vinyl too, and the vinyl was kind of cool. I was like on the fence, like, it's really nice vinyl. The album's okay. But I listened to it again, and I liked it more. It was I kind of, you know, paid attention, I guess, that time, and you know, let the music actually sink in. And it is very ambient, but in a way that I enjoyed. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll get this one too. This one's a get. And I'm fine. That one arrived the other day, 2 days ago. It's really cool. It's a cool, nice vinyl. It's a two-tone, split right down the middle. One half is beige, one half is lighter beige. These weird ass colors for this vinyl, man. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So if you like ambient music, I recommend it. It is very, very chill, very ambient, very weird in parts, but chill, I will say. So yeah, that one I recommend. Welcome Home by Golden Living Room. It was very good. Did I talk about? I think I talked about the new Mac Lacrosse. I want to say I did. Maybe I didn't. But anyway, we'll touch on that maybe after the break. So don't go nowhere. But if you do have to go somewhere, go. But then come right back, and we'll do more TaleSpire for another 50-ish minutes before I have to close up shop. Be right back. Oh, we're back. Shout out to we were listening to some new music there, you might notice. So I checked the usage rights on the music that I downloaded for last time, and apparently you're not allowed to use those on videos. So the Twitch videos go away after a few weeks, right? So I'm not really concerned about that. I just don't want to keep using those, right? So Filmy Ghost and Human Phobia, apologies. We used you in one video, but that's it. We're not going to be using you again. We found Anonymous 420 on Free Music Archive. Also Vaporwave. But this one's free to use in video, and parody, I think, was the video, and remix was the category. It was allowed for it, but so Anonymous 420, very cool stuff. Kind of let the break go a little bit longer to listen to some of that, because I just kind of skimmed them. They sounded great, and I was like, good, keep, good, grab it, good, grab it. So we may find some more of their stuff and bring it in, but cool. Thank you, Anonymous 420. We still have the Loyalist. We played that at the beginning of the stream. Eastbridge Turnstile, I think that's the name. I don't think I got that in the same place. I'm not sure if that one's on Free Music Archive, so I'm gonna have to actually find that somehow and find where I got it and make sure that I'm okay to use it. I'm pretty sure I was, because that's what I was looking for. So we'll see. But anyway, yes, Anonymous 420, good stuff. And as I was talking about music, and I can't remember what I was talking about before the break. It was oh God. Play the video back. What was I talking about? I was talking about music. Did I talk about? I think I talked about the new Mac Lacrosse. I want to say I did. Maybe I didn't. But I don't remember what specifically. Oh, it's right there. There it is. I think I was just going to talk about the music I found for the stream, actually. Honestly. So we did that. Good job. Whoops. Clipping. And let's see if I can... That is not... Oh, it's too far out. That's the problem. There's your problem. Oop. Hey, there it is. Was there something music I was going to talk about? Oh my god. Brain, a total. I don't even know what I was gonna. I don't even remember what I was going to talk about. That's okay. Moving on. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. So we have this canopy coming up. These first two trees here are going to be kind of low, but I want the canapes. Hors d'oeuvres, canapes, hors d'oeuvres. The canopies to be kind of low to kind of mesh with the canopy on the tier below it. So kind of like so. Maybe tilt it slightly this way. Boom. And this one will do a 2-top. And do. Sure. Maybe down a little bit. Maybe down more. I just don't want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not popping. Yeah, we gotta come up a little bit, actually. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Mac Lacrosse. Mac Lacrosse. I did talk about this last time. I know I did. But Mac Lacrosse, good artist. They released something a couple months ago, an album, something. They released an album a couple months ago that I kind of bought on a whim. I was like, yeah, sure, buy. Snap buy. I bought the vinyl of it. And I know I've talked about this before, but I ended up loving it. It's great. I mean, I listened to it after the fact because I also got the MP3 as part of the purchase. I was like, yes, this is freaking amazing. And it is. I still love it. It's a good album. The album is called Fake Boobs Don't Jiggle. I'll put the thing up there. That was their first one that I got. Very nice album. I enjoyed it. Their second one, and I'm pretty sure this is their second one ever. I'm gonna have to check their page. I don't know if I ever checked their page on Bandcamp to see if they had other releases prior to or previous releases. Anyway, their latest release, Truth Decay. At first I was like, I was medium on it. I didn't like it as much as Fake Boobs Don't Jiggle. FDBJ. FBDJ, I got that right. But after a couple listens, it's actually, I like it. Still not as much, but definitely a lot more. It's before it was like a distant second, now it's a close second. There you go. But yes, I recommend Truth Decay. Boom. By Mac Lacrosse. Very, very good. I enjoyed it. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one I came across. I came across recently as well. And I say this. Okay, so I came across this artist in a compilation. The compilation was Business Casual, which is a record label. Business Casual had a 10-year anniversary compilation come out recently. This artist on the label, I guess, released some songs through Business Casual, but also has their own kind of personal thing that they release under. They're just under their name or their artist name, which is I'm not sure the mechanics of that on Bandcamp. But their name, I can't even describe their name. I mean, I'm looking at the emojis, and their name is emojis. It's two emojis. It's or maybe it's three. No, maybe I think it might be two. It's the eyeball in the word bubble with the arrow. And it looks like either a door or a computer, like a computer tower. That's their name. That's their name. I'll put the emojis up for YouTube, and this is the album cover. So however that's pronounced, look at your computer, I guess, is the name of their recording artist. But that one I didn't get. They didn't have vinyl with that one, but that one I heard it on the compilation, and I was like, I want to share this on Tumblr with a GIF. And the thing about Business Casual that I hate is that for Tumblr, if you share a song from Bandcamp on Tumblr, from any other for most other labels, you have an embedded player. Like, you share the song, you can play it in Tumblr. You don't, if you click on play, you stay in Tumblr and it plays the song. But Business Casual, that's for most labels and albums that I've come across. That's the case. For Business Casual, it embeds a link, so you click on it, it takes you to their site to play it, which doesn't work with the way I do things on Tumblr. I post the song with a GIF so that you can see the GIF while the song is playing, and it's a vibe. Yeah, so with Business Casual, with the compilation they put out, the song was on it. I was like, oh, I really want to share this song. So I was like, all right, maybe this artist has it through something else, and they did. They released that song and a whole album under their own name, not through the Business Casual label. So I don't know where I was going with this story, except for the fact that the artist has a very weird name, and that is a very weird thing for Business Casual to do with their music, right? I mean, I don't know if it's just being paranoid, like they don't want people to. I mean, how would they even do that though? I mean, when you embed the player, it actually tells you, and this is, I think, a thing through Bandcamp, it tells you the name of the track and the name of the record label. It doesn't tell you the name of the artist. It tells you the name of the track from the album and the name of the record label, which is weird. I think it's a matter of like how the artist enters it on Bandcamp, or how it's uploaded for purchase and listening. Like if he put the artist or released by, it must just be a wording thing, right? Like the metadata, it's just weird, right? Like you, instead of putting the artist in where the artist should go, they put the record label where the artist should go, kind of thing, right? That's ultimately what I'm trying to get at. So I don't think there's not really you don't get any options when embedding the song the default way. At least I think it's default, or at least the way that I prefer, that has the embedded player. It's just like, yeah, it's just when you share the song, you get the song. It shows you a little thumbnail of the cover. You get the play button. That's about it, and it tells you the album and the record label, not the album and the artist. You actually have to go into the post, or I go into the post and tell it, say it's this song by this artist from this record label. So yeah, it's just super annoying the way Business Casual does their share, the way they have their sharing thing set up in Bandcamp. It's annoying. And there's an album that I love. It's 1000 Eyes by 1000 Eyes. That makes it easy. It's the name of the album, the name of the artist. And I love that album, and I actually just went to for not Instagram, for Tumblr. I was just like, here's this album, and I put the link to the business casual player, because I was like, look, listen to it. I was at the point like, I want to share it. I don't care how I have to share it. It's a great album. So, but yes, it's 1000 Eyes by 1000 Eyes. And unfortunately, there's not a track called 1000 Eyes, and then you would have a whole talk situation. But that's neither here nor there. But yes, I highly recommend that one. That is a good dreamcore album. It's very, very cool. And it's kind of a sleeper too, because I bought it a while ago. I bought it back in 2021, I think. And I just kind of got it because I listened to the first couple tracks and was like, oh, this is cool. And I listened to it a couple times, but I was probably multitasking, not really paying attention. And then when I actually sat down, listened to it, and was paying attention, I was like, this is start to finish amazing. It's just, every track is banger. Banger implies that it's thumping, but every track is solid. That's a little more accurate. Every track is solid, and it's just so enjoyable. IMO, subjectively. Let's see. All right, so this bit around the edges, we're gonna have some, of course, shorter trees. So we can do these around the edge a little bit shorter. Just kind of rotate to give kind of variation. My site is there we go. That's better. Yeah, now I feel like I have better control. It's just a weird, I don't even know what that would be called. Yeah, I don't know. Just our perspective start point. There we go. Or like that. There we go. Okay. So, anyone else doing anything interesting? Anyone else in the States, I guess, is my question. Doing anything interesting for the holiday? Question mark. The tone of my voice didn't really set the tone for the question, but I'll just use punctuation. That works too. I got plans later today, as I said. That's why our stream isn't at the normal time, nor is it as long as I normally go, because we got Memorial Day stuff to do. That being going over to friends and hanging out outside around some sort of barbecue situation, preferably in the shade. Preferably. Although today's pretty pleasant here in Chicagoland. It is, because we got the windows. We're rocking open windows here today. So yeah, 64. Pretty mild. Pretty mild, mellow. And that's Fahrenheit. BT dubs. Okay, pretty close to being done with this bit. We're gonna do these trees, and then I think we have a couple stragglers to do over here. I'm gonna do one little tree, just one little tree right there. Maybe move it out a little bit, just a little bit, and make sure it's not floating. There we go. Then we'll make that one a 3 top. Whoop, there we go. Oh, good. Boom. Okay, cool. Alrighty. It's looking good. She's looking good. And as I said, we're going to be doing vines hanging down the sides of the cliff face. And that would be under this and nature and plant. And scroll a bit. And there we go. Yeah, this is going to be very, very tedious because we're going to do vines. Whoa. We got to find the right depth that it's visible, which I guess is there. Yep. There you go. And then I got to just paint it like it's a brush. Use it to paint like a brush across the face of these canyon walls. Just here and there. Not gonna do the whole thing. That's ridiculous. But we have that vine, and there's also this thing, this hanging vine, which also is helpful. Not exactly built for this dimensional face, but we can kind of drape it across two peaks, kind of like this, ish, kind of like that. Just make sure that it's yeah, just like that. That works. And just to make things nice and I guess contiguous is a proper word, we can put stuff like that all along the edge where the vines are going to be hanging down. And even we can even put it the single. Oops. Just like so. There you go. Look at that. Love it. Love it. But yeah, we're going to just have that here and there along the cliff face so it doesn't look like this. Like this mono, this one note, orangish brown all the way across. We're going to have these accents of vines hanging down, stuff like that here and there. So that'll be cool. Back to the trees. Alert the Lorax. Whoops. There we go. So similarly, what we did between the two tiers there. Whoa. Excuse me. Let's just a bit. Wow, that one was really floating. There, that helps. That certainly helps. Okay, so we'll make these kind of tall. I guess we'll make them. Do we want to make them 3 tall, or is that? No, we'll make them 3 tall. Why not? We'll make the ones in front of them 2 tall. They're too tall. No, we'll put another one here. There we go. So another here, and another here. Scooch it. Actually, that was pretty. No. That works kind of. So yeah, I'm doing outdoor grill barbecue things today, and tomorrow, family's coming into town. Actually, family's in town, but I will be hanging out with that family to some capacity tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And I got no D&D this weekend because Memorial Day. But I have Monday off, which is very fun, very cool, and I need it. I'm gonna sleep so hard. I'm going to sleep so hard. All right. Do we want to do? Oh man, here. I'll do a 2 top on this one. I really kind of wanted to do more than. I don't know why I did the single. Force of habit. Alright, and this one we want to be 3. There we go. That looks better. Alright, so now the ones immediately in front get one more tier. Alright. Wow. Alright, that was some of the best placement I've ever done. I can stop TaleSpire now. Those all 4 of those were pretty much spot on. Let's quit while we're ahead. TaleSpire's done, guys. See ya. No. Okay. I'll put one more right here. Rotate these slightly so that they're not all samey. Oh, that's another one, another show that's wrapping up soon. Was it the I don't know if I don't think it was the last episode this week, but Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso's wrapping up. Not just the season, the series. Yeah. Coming up, I think this week is the last episode. Feels like. From the last episode, previous this week's. I think next week is the last episode. It's another excellent show. Alright, so now we're going to do some singles here on tier 2 of the trees, not of the canyon. Although we are on the second tier of the canyon as well. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, I'm just going to use singles for these. Dip this one down a little bit. This one down even. Actually, here, I'm going to do just there. And then for these, I'm going to dip down a lot. I'm going to put 3 here in the front. Dip it down, rotate it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And do a 2 here. I am so pumped to start using the ship assets that they added in here. So much fun, because not only can I use them to do the maps from that other module we talked about last time, Maiden Voyage by Penumbra Games. That one's going to be interesting because the maps aren't gridded, so I'm going to have to figure out, kind of eyeball it. So that'll be interesting. I mean, the ship itself, I mean, the tiles themselves will lend a little bit of insight to the shape of things and then the size of things, which is good. So our scale is going to basically rely on the tiles that we have in here and how we can build stuff, right? It's like, well, the map looks like this, but I can only kind of do this kind of thing. So that'll be interesting. And look at that. We have our little forest, our cliffside forest, mostly done. And I say mostly because we still have a couple little things to do. We're going to scooch this guy over, and we're going to put one more tree out here, just a 3-top by its lonesome. Whoa. There we go. And just reconfigure the rear end. So, precise. That's fine. So one over there by itself, and were there any other stragglers? I think we took care of the other stragglers. Okay, cool. So the only our thing's way down there. There we go. So the only thing we have left now is we're going to go in and we're going to put in some underbrush. Underbrush. So now we actually do need to peel all the way the tops so we can see what we're doing. Very helpful. And I think we're in the right, yeah, we're in the right place. We just need to grab the right ones. I'm actually going to pull some of this other stuff out of here to make room for the ferns and the lily pads. Oh, and these dead-ass bushes. Where are the lily pads? There we go. I guess we'll go with this one and this one. We still kind of need everything else here. Yeah, we still kind of need everything else here. Actually, do we need this one? Oh no, that's a tiny. Let's get rid of that. So let's scooch over. Ooh, scooch over. We have room for one more in our quick bar. Do we actually need that? I'll hang on to it for now. I'm not sure, but I'll hang on to it. There. There we go. Oh wait, do we need the big bush? I don't think we need the big bush. So let's just there. We'll do all of the lily pad, and then the other stuff. Okay, so let's see here. If we move that and put it there, like so, and this one right there nearby. Sorry. And put that there. Whoa! What? Oh, I gotta lock. Hold on. Let me lock this into place. Whoa. There we go. Locked. All right. We'll put a little log, decaying log here near the water. What else? Oh, yeah. My microphone has switched position, which is good because I can now, when I put it away, it's kind of tucked back behind stuff, so it's not in the way. But it does kind of change my angle. So now when I'm looking over here, I'm no longer talking into it. I'm just kind of talking across it. So sorry if that's affected the audio. It's just what I could do with my current situation. All right, let's put some more ferns around. Oh man. I was up late last night watching something and I can't remember what it was. That's how you can tell it was very late. I was also playing Tears of the Kingdom, so that doesn't really... My attention was elsewhere. It wasn't so much on the TV. I was up to like 1:30. Ugh. Gotta stop doing that. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Big old lily pad. Right there. And we'll put a lotus on it. Why not? Alright. More shrubbery. Underbrush, that is. Let's see. Let's kind of place some ferns. Instead of switching back and forth, I'm just going to go through, place this double fern anywhere I feel like it's necessary. There we go. There we go. There we go. Another one over here. Over here. And sure. Whoop. We'll put don't want to put any too close to the edge. The edge is more for the dry bushes, because they're so far away from the water. So let's scooch this guy in a little bit and scooch this guy in a little bit too. And then we can put these dry bushes out near the edge. And then this stuff would probably be over here. So these vines aren't going to be staying right there. Put a couple more. Okay, and actually do a couple. Actually, I think this area in here should be mostly ferns. But once we get over here, we get some of these. Oh, that tree is kind of floating. Okay, scooch that. There we go. Whoop. Wrong tile. There we go. Alright. There. Another. Oh, let's put a couple here. Okie dokie. Looks good. Single fern. Single fern's gonna be pretty much in the same areas with the double ferns. Ooh. Make sure our grid is right. Uh-oh. Are they floaty? They're a little... Well, that one is. Why is that one so floaty? Huh. Weird. Oh, I think it's because I had it. Okay, I know what I did. I know what I did. That was my fault. I didn't have clipping on, and when it ran into the tree trunk, it went up a little bit. Because, you know. Oh man, yeah, I am feeling it now. The coffee's wearing off. It's okay. We got about 20 more minutes of this, and then I can yawn all I want while I get ready to leave. All right, looking pretty good there. I don't want to put too many more of those, but we'll put a couple of these logs in, and we can also put just the trunk like here, like maybe that's where it fell from, that kind of thing. Maybe a couple more. There-ish. And yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here along with these. All of these. And let's kind of get them situated. Alright. This guy. This would look really good right here if we can get the right angle. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Right there. And then this guy just coming off the tree down the edge of the cliff. This guy can be about there. And then we got this guy and his friend hanging off the side of the cliff. Whoa, why did it move over? There we go. There. It's the start of some vinage. There's going to be more. Cool. I think this part... Oh, I gotta do this tier. Hold on. Hold a moment. I'm not covering any entryways, right? No. Okay. Good. Good. I gotta scroll down a little bit more to get rid of these canopy. This canopy. Canapes. Hors d'oeuvres. And alright. Let's see. Just shrubs down here. I think. Methinks. Just because it's not... It may be a fallen log would be alright. Because there's not really as much water down here. So those and one of these. Just kind of in here. A bit like so. And we'll put a trunk. A topless trunk here. There we go. Okie dokie. Well, I think that section is done. Let's take a wider view. We have a little ways to go. But that's a big section that we just did. So that's cool. We're basically moving our way across. I'm going to do some let's do some topography here. Just adjusting some of the tiles like we did down here. And I think that'll be it for today. So we're just gonna slightly drop in some of these to make it feel more three-dimensional, because it is. That's too far down. There we go. Okay. And then there, and there, and there, and there, there. Okay. And yeah, any tile that's surrounded by depressed tiles is depressed further. That's our rule moving forward. Like here. If four of its sides are contiguous with depressed tiles, then it is depressed further. So by that rule, this should also be down here. There you go. And those will not be filled with water. It's just terrain. It's just, rocks and stuff, which we can augment with some of this stuff, like so, just like that. That one, which would then make this one depressed. There we go. Following our rules. Put that one down. Do this one. See, now we're starting to get into the slightly offset stuff, which is fine. It makes it feel a little bit more real. Well, I guess I'm doing that here. Hold on. I moved that one down too, so I guess everything around it has to go down one. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. And I guess we can also move the tiles up, right? It doesn't just have to be down. So like this one that is surrounded, well, it's not surrounded. This one that is surrounded by tiles that are at level, I can move up a little bit. And so forth. And this guy. And no, not that guy, but this guy. And we'll make the very edge. We'll leave the very edge level. It doesn't really matter. Once you get to the edge, it's just like, this is where the map ends. This is where my description is less manifest and more verbal. Scooch this guy up. Why not? And I guess this guy can pop up. I just got an intense craving for pizza. I don't know what it is. I just want pizza right now. I guess I can pop this guy up. And we'll pop this guy down. But yeah, that looks good, and especially with this little accent. If I do more of that here and there, that'll look pretty good. That'll look pretty good. We're just gonna get as far as we can here. Where is the other forests here? So past this big one that we just did, to the left of it, it looks like there's a very small copse of trees. Right over here, I want to say. How close is that to the edge of the... Whoops. Oh, that's... Oh, but we did that... Wait, what? Oh, we actually have another small copse of trees that we have to do here-ish. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So yeah, we have that. And then this tree is a little further over. Yeah. So we have like a little small copse of trees to do here. And then we've got another one that's gonna be, that's right there. That's there. Then that's gonna be here-ish. Right around here. And then there's another big one. Didn't we do that big one? Big one. Oh yeah, that's this. Wait, is it? Man, this is getting... No, that's this one. Okay, and then that. So that's in line with... Right, correct. That should be right in line with the one we put here. Which means this is even further over. Because I'm trying to put it kind of in between these two. So it would be like here. And then that's at the... That would denote the edge of this page of the map. And then at the edge over very... Oops. Over very slightly is that one. So that's going to be here, and that should be it should be at the very end there, but that's fine. It's kind of, yeah. So yeah, it should be like right about here, which I guess is correct. Here, I'm going to put a tree trunk there to mark where I'm going to put that, and then where's the other thing I needed to do? Right, I need to do more here-ish. Like that, there. It doesn't matter if they're floating, it's just for reference for me. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me center this. There we go. Slightly better. I don't know how to get rid of this little view bar thing in what's this? Whoop. There we go. In Drive. It's on my Google Drive. I really should just open it up in Acrobat, but whatever. Yeah, so we got a little bit more tree work to do. As far as you know, the whole map. And we're going to continue trying to do some topography stuff. So, but these are like the last little bits, right? And the exterior always takes longer. It was the same way with Keep on the Borderlands. It was the same way with Tomb of Horrors. It kind of took as the same amount of time, if not a little bit longer, as it did to do the inside areas. So we know what to expect. I'm fine with it. I am still itching to use the ship assets, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. But what I'm really pumped about, and I'm gonna actually take us over there to test something out, is this is one of my homebrew boards. I've shown it before. Dawn Castle, which is a city in, it's canon in the Forgotten Realms, but there's no lore on it. So I had to provide my own lore. It's you know, I said, okay, fine. It's like a swamp settlement. It's really close to the shore. It's kind of like a combination of a river delta / marsh kind of thing. And a lot of their city is built on the foundation of an old dwarven settlement that was flooded. So beneath the silt and the mud and stuff, there is a stone foundation that actually, you know, here and there that you can actually build on. So I did this sort of dockside town kind of thing. This is Dawn Castle, and the keep is the old dwarven keep, or what's left of it, that they sort of built on to make the citadel, that where the Lord stays. And you know, there are a couple businesses in here that pay a premium to be in here, away from most of the damp, so to speak. But there's they have a distillery. At least that's why I have it in my canon. There's a distillery in here. I don't know why these are all sunken into the floor. It's so weird. Oh, are these still the old assets that are locked to the grid? Oh my god, I think they are. Whoa, and they all just disappeared. Okay, there we go. I think they are, honestly, because yep, these are the old. I'm gonna have to come back through here and do a lot of work. Anyway, I digress. My main hypedness, my level of most hypedness is because with the assets now, the ship assets, I can go in and I can add freaking rowboats here and there, which I really wanted to do, and I had no good way of doing it with the old assets. But now I can. It's so cool. So I'm just gonna place a couple before we wrap up here, as I do this little diversion. Ship, boom. Actually, I think it's under. Yeah, it's under items. Yeah, ship right there. And rowboat. Oh, they also added some other assets in the interim. I think it was just last week, like exactly a week ago, while we were streaming, probably. Because it updated today as I was loading it up. Yeah, we can just do a rowboat. But I can do a number of rowboats. But the way that this settlement is set up for trading and everything like that, oh my god, lining this up is a skill that I may not possess. That's good. I suppose that's fine. It's a really dinky little boat, but the way I have this set up, at least in the canon, the head canon, I guess is the correct term. These gates open up. Whoops, I'm in build mode, that's why. Whoops. There we go. So these open up to allow the rowboats from the trade vessels to come through to unload their stuff. So the big ships can't come in here, but they can send their rowboats up with their trade vessels. Because the water's not terribly deep here. And I can actually swap this out. This is my makeshift like barge that I made. But I can actually, oh my god, I can put an actual rudder on this thing. Yes. Yes. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's going to be great. I do kind of want to do that before we move on to, and I kind of want to give this map some more attention because I really like it and it's interesting. I'm not really building off of anything that exists except for whatever's in my head. But I think that in and of itself is kind of neat. I mean, of course I do, but I'm pumped to try it out. And a lot of this was built when it was still in Dragon build or Chimera build. What are we in right now? I don't know. Oh, we're past all those. We're past the Dragon build and Chimera build. We're in something else now. So yeah, those were the kind of the beta builds where we were still kind of locked to the grid, but a lot of the assets and stuff now are free from the grid. Like especially a lot of the stuff in the this tab, which is the items and stuff. You can unlock it from the grid and rotate stuff more than just the 4 quadrants. That's going to be super helpful. So yeah, I can't believe they included a capstan. That's, well, I mean, they would have to, but that's so cool. Anyway, I digress. We are wrapping up for today with this little diversion. Sam, no more mugs sitting dead center of the table. Yes. Oh my god, I hated that. So yeah, that'll be fun. We're gonna go through and we're gonna do this. Actually, we can do them in tandem. Oh, lurking for the whole stream. Yeah, well, that's much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, we can probably just build the ship in here. Just put it off to the side, and it's out here, but it has rowboats going to Dawn Castle. That kind of thing. That'll be really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I did start building. Well, I guess I got rid of them. I had land, like little patches of land, to kind of surround the swamp that is this town. But I guess I didn't keep them. I must not have liked the way they looked. Yeah, no, there's none of that. So yeah, thanks for the lurk, Sam. We'll be back next week with more TaleSpire, and chatting about music and whatever else gets in our head. Had to get groceries. Was supposed to be a 30-minute round trip. Tractors on the road made it to. Yeah. Oh, I remember that. There was a certain stream made me day a lot. Oh, that's good. Happy to help. There's certain areas back in my hometown where you had the real possibility of getting stuck behind a cart, a horse and carriage, because of the Amish. Yeah. I used to get stuck behind Amish all the time back home. But yeah, hopefully your Memorial Day is going to be cool if you're observing. I assume some of your grocery shopping was for that. My wife went grocery shopping for it yesterday, and she said the store was fucking nuts. So I can only imagine what it was like today. So yeah, everyone have a lovely holiday weekend. We will see you next week for more TaleSpire, and chats about random stuff. And until then, just be excellent to each other, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and also hit the bell if you want to know when I post some new stuff. You can see some of my other stuff right over there on the screen.